Before we begin this video, I know that there's going to be a lot of people out there that watch this and get inspired. I know there's going to be a lot of young kids, young aspiring collectors out there who are going to watch this video and say to themselves, man, I need to go out and get me some more diecasts. And you should not view this video in that way. No, rather, you should view this video as a precautionary tale of what happens when, you know, disposable income becomes wasted income. You should not become a diecast collector. First of all, it's kind of gay. I mean, you collect expensive toy cars for a living? And I thought you were a man. And number two, it's just a waste of money. There's no value in it, okay? You're gonna find a bank diecast on eBay for 30 bucks, and it's gonna sit there for a year until someone who's never bought a diecast in their life season goes, oh, that looked fun. But you see, the pool of first-time diecast buyers is slowly shrinking. So it's not gonna happen very often is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, with all that being said, this is my 124 diecast collection. And once again, this isn't all of them. I think I'm missing a box somewhere. Okay, so here's how we're gonna play this. Every single diecast, I'm going to take it out of the box and show it to you. So for example, here's the first one. The newest diecast that I just purchased off of eBay. The first diecast that I've purchased off of eBay in the last year and a half. Here's the box. It's the Johnny Sauter 2003 Payday Chevrolet! Come on, box. You know you want to open. Alright, and then the top comes off just like so. And then this one actually came in its little sleeve. So here it is. Here it is. Work of art, I can tell you that much right now. Very, very good. Here's a small Mark Martin number 6 that I thought I'd show y'all. Okay, so some of these are prized possessions, such as this Brett Moffitt 24 from 2019. You know it. You know it. This is the car that, or truck I guess, that Griff Dog's brother, Tate, you can see it right there, got his name not only on the truck, but like, you know, all the names of everyone else. But they put his name up on the you know, passenger side window. They have Barry Powell on this side. I don't know what happened to him. Probably wasn't good if he's on this truck, but this is still legitimately one of the proudest accomplishments on the entire channel. So this is a prized possession right here. And if you see any diecast on here that you want, I'm willing to part with some of them. If you PayPal me $65 and just tell me which diecast you want, I'll send it. $50 for the diecast and then $15 for shipping. Anything except for something that's a prized possession. I'm gonna make it clear which ones are prized possessions and which ones aren't. This one's Boston Reed. We're gonna wait until I find the other one. I bet you know what the other one is. Here is a certificate of authenticity. Dear collector, congratulations on the addition of this diecast replica to your collection. Produced as a limited edition from Matco Tools, we are proud to introduce this high-quality, authentic die-cast metal 1/24th scale Brian Vickers Chevrolet stock car. Again, congratulations. This one came with a Nascar template and measurement thing. And people are messaging me on Discord still! Yes, so, bringing it back to the 21... That was my most recent diecast, and the first diecast that I've bought since like June of 2021. This is the diecast that I bought in June of 2021 because it was right when I made the Vickers video, and I was really attached to that video. And I still am. I'm still very proud of that video. And this is my favorite Brian Vickers paint scheme. Yeah. Pretty good. Alright, next car. And it's a good one. This is the one and only original 2016 Tracker Boats as Pro Shops fucker. And the best part about this one is that this was taken to Phoenix, Arizona and signed by Cole Perrin. Who would have possibly been able to imagine that he would be gone by, was it? It wasn't 20. It was 2020, wasn't it? His last season was 2019, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't fucking know, dude. But yeah, this is a good car. I don't have the box for it because this was one of the first diecasts I ever bought, and I had no idea that boxes were important. I'm sorry. I'm a dumbass, okay? Can you blame me? Okay, I have a couple more little ones. These ones have a little... This one's pretty cool. Here is a Racing Champions, still in the box, Derek Cope. I don't know what year this is. Try to collect them all, man. This was from the East West Distributing Company in Deerfield, Illinois. Yeah. I can't tell by the back here. I can't tell what year this is. I can't tell if it's 90 or 91. Derek Cope, it's even got the little card there, but I don't want to open this, so we will never know what the card says. This is a collector edition, pit crew edition for Terry Labonte. 1996, I want to say, is the year for this one. You'd think it would say on here. You'd think copyright 1998. Damn, I thought it was 1996. Interesting. But yeah, this is it's a gold edition. It's got the fucking gold pit crew thing. Yeah, I got this at a garage sale in like 2010. That was pretty wild. All right, time for big cars again. And we're getting the next one's a good one. Yo, it's the Tabasco 1997 Todd Bodine, number 35. And it's huge. It's like twice the size of the diecast boxes from this era. So let's just take a gander at this monstrosity. This horror show. You'd never know. Classic. Some good stuff. Wookie made a good video about this. This is to certify this 124 scale / 164 scale diecast bank set of the 97 Team Tabasco Pontiac Grand Prix driven by Todd Bodine is one of 1,002 Revell collection replicas. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever opened this. Yeah. I had no idea this came with a mini one as well. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Look at that. That's sick. I don't think I've opened this even once. And this one's got a little bag on it and shit. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Can I get this out without breaking anything? Probably not. It does not want to come out. Okay, here we go. Here it is. It's all sorts of wrapped up. Look at that. That's some quality right there. Look at that, man. Yeah, you can tell. I mean, look at the bank on the back, dude. Yeah, you can tell. Okay, I've never understood the concept of a bank car. Also, this window just came loose. That's not good. That's gonna drop the value a couple dollars. Yeah, the right side window has decided it wants to come out. But anyway, once again, $65 if you want any of these. Unless it's one I don't want to part with. I'd be perfectly willing to part with this one if you want to send me $65. Good stuff. Good stuff right there. Alright. Anyway. So that goes there, I guess. Man, taking these things out and putting them back together is going to be half of the video. Alright, I think I know which one this is, but I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, no, I know which one this is. So, out of every driver that I thought I would ever get a diecast for, this was on the absolute bottom of the list. Until I started a project that has never seen the light of day outside of Discord. Take a look at this. This is an Elite 2000 Jimmy Johnson Exedrin 92. Dude. It's an Elite. It's got the opening trunk. It's in kind of rough shape. It's anyone's guess what happened to this poor thing, but you can see the paint damage up here. There's some there as well on the top. There's a big scratch up in here. But, like, this is rare. I mean, I don't know, does it say the number anywhere on here? The number of these produced, let alone as an Elite? It doesn't really feel like an Elite. It doesn't have the, you know, the strings in the back here, the roof things. The roof flaps don't even open up. I don't know if they did in 2000 or if, like, it's heavy. It feels, it's got the weight of an Elite car, but maybe Elites were just a bit weak back in 2000. But this is an awesome paint scheme. This is an awesome car. I still never thought that I would ever buy a Jimmy Johnson diecast, but this car is really sick. This is one that I would only part with if you paid me $65. But $65 and it's yours. Must emphasize, $65. No more. Well, I mean, you could pay more. We'll have a bidding war. There we go. I was going to say no more, no less, but then I'm like, wait. Maybe yes more, actually. So the good thing about these is that, you know, there's a lot of boxes over here, but they take up a lot of space in the boxes. So while there are many boxes, you know, it's actually pretty comparable to the other cars, I think. Alright, here's a good one. So this one's still in the box that it came with off the shelf at the distribution center. Oh, man. This car changed a nation. 2021 Brandon Brown Larry's Lemonade Race win. Oh yeah, dude. This is a good one. Oh, we're gonna break it immediately too. Oh yeah, dude. Look at that. I kind of hate the pedestal that these things come on. Kind of on a visceral level, but hey, it's fine. So what's cool about modern day race win diecast is that they've been making these for years, but in the modern day, you get a sticker, everyone loves stickers, and you get a little fact sheet. Sparks 300 winner. And then usually it gives like a summary of how they won, margin of victory under caution. That's the best. That's the best one right there. Yeah, usually they give a little speech about how awesome the winner of the race is, but I guess not anymore. But yeah, this is regardless still a really good car, and plus it's also a breast cancer awareness special edition of the paint scheme. Because no one on planet Earth is aware of breast cancer. It's completely, it's unknown. It's unknown to the entire planet. Is that dust? Oh no, that's scratches because so for race wins, they take the pictures of the car in victory lane and then they base the diecast off of those pictures. So I guess he had dirt on the windshield, and that's physical dirt that is built in to the actual design. And you know, when we get to some more interesting race win diecast, we'll see there's a little bit of damage on the back too. But yeah, regardless, this is still a really good vehicle. And my god, did it ever fucking was it ever controversial? Oh my goodness, dude. Oh my goodness. Yep, this car. I mean, you want to talk about a trailblazing moment in NASCAR history. That's it right there. Because not only was it a nice underdog win, but it also kind of thrust NASCAR into the national spotlight for the first time in like 15 years. So that's fun. Oh, that was a good day. That was a really, that was, I mean, when have you ever heard of a guy winning his first career race, and as a result, his career is irreversibly damaged and basically comes to an end? I mean, that's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. But anyway, this is actually, we've completed the first box. All of that you've seen so far came from box number 1. We're now moving on to box number 2. But this box is a little bit bigger, and it's got some more interesting stuff. Alright. This one, I mentioned Wookiee earlier. This one was sent to me by Wookiee. This is a, I don't know. Is this a prototype? I don't think I have any other box that's like this, and this is it is Lyle Racing Action collectible. I don't know. Okay, here it is. It's 1 of 503, which is, it feels like a lot. It does feel like a lot, but this is 2016, the Watermelon Car Edition. I don't even like Chastain anymore. So, $65, like I said. Like I said. No, this one was a gift. I think it would be in bad taste to sell this one on this video. That would probably be in a bit bad taste. Alright, now we're talking. Okay. Now, we go from that to prized possession. Not even $65 will take away this one. Man, 2017, we're never going to get it back. We're never going to get back the greatness of 2017. This is, I don't even see where the number is. This was a Lionel one, and unfortunately something happened to the, the plastic protection. This is a signed championship winning Ken Schrader Motorsports number 52 for the fucking greatest ARCA champion of all time. And the box is so unique. Like, the box, I think, maybe one of the highlights of this car, dude. Of this entire thing here. Like, it's got information about Federated Auto Parts, it's got the championship results, and then the fucking Kansas race where he gets fucking wrecked, and he doesn't even get to, celebrate. He almost had a top 10s in every single race, and this was back when ARCA was still like a legitimate racing series. I mean, I say that as a sponsor of an ARCA driver. I say this as the sponsor of an ARCA driver, but look at this. 1 of 10,000. That feels like a bit on the absurd side. I don't believe that there's 10,000 of these floating around, or maybe people just, don't want to part with them. I know I wouldn't, because look at this. I mean, it's got everything that you would want a championship diecast to have. It's got the real window net. It's got General Tire on the tires. It's just, oh. And it's signed, dude. It's perfect. This is the ideal diecast. Unfortunately, something happened to like the plastic or the styrofoam that it came with. I don't know where that went. I have no idea where that ended up. So I have to put this car at the top of the box so that it doesn't get crushed at the top of the, the storage box. Otherwise, it gets crushed. Hey, here's another one. So the journey that I went on to get this fucking car, the original 2017 Michael Lynette Pilot Flying J paint scheme, the fucking journey that I went on to find this car, I had to go to Michael Lynette's like official website or something. And I had to talk to this one dude who fucking was like, hey, I think you gave us the wrong address. Can you give us a new address? And I was like, okay, I'll give you a new address. And he was like, sorry for the inconvenience. Let me send you another diecast. And it's like, Okay. Sure, thanks. But yeah, I think this was honestly maybe not so much the peak of the Pilot Flying J paints. Definitely the peak from when he started. I think 2020's paint scheme was pretty good too. But, yeah, and it was so hard to find this car. I was looking on Lionel's website, I was looking on fucking Junior Motorsports website, and I didn't find it until I started fucking doing investigative journalism myself, and I finally found it. And I paid $60-something for it. And the styrofoam is gone for this one too, so this one also sits at the top of the box. So, I hate leeches, right? But this one's too good, okay? This one's simply too good. This was the... I mean, I understand why Kyle Busch fans don't mind watching him win every single truck race, because I will admit, it was fun being able to watch Truex just destroy a field of total losers for an afternoon. That was enjoyable, even though I kind of hated everything about it. Here's the information sheet for this one. And I mean, come on. I don't know if I would have bought this if it hadn't been Auto Owners on it, because Auto Owners is my favorite Truex sponsor, even though Bass Pro's really responsible for saving his career. I still like Auto Owners the best. And I mean, come on. This is undeniable. This thing looks really good. Okay? This is a good looking truck. You know what Truex should do? Is he should drop down to the Truck Series for a season and destroy the field and win a championship, so he's the first to win every championship in all the top 3 levels. I'm kind of shocked it hasn't happened yet. I mean, the one that has the best shot of doing it first is fucking Austin Dillon. That really says everything. But you know what? Out of every season that this could happen, I think this might be the best chance that he has, because he has Kyle Busch as a teammate who is going to elevate Richard Childress Racing. Like, if he could fucking squirrel his way into a couple of good finishes, maybe make his way into the final round, and then just have a miraculous run at Martinsville or something, Austin Dillon could make the Final Four. And if he wins that championship, I might just fucking quit watching. I already quit watching. What am I talking about? I might just start watching again. There, that's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say, is that I'd start watching again. Alright, speaking of reasons to keep being alive, here's one of the greatest fucking cars. Okay, so the race that Michael Annett won was quite possibly the worst Xfinity Series race at Daytona of all time. Besides, well, I mean, okay, the worst Xfinity race ever since Xfinity came into existence as a title sponsor. Because fucking Dale Jr. leading every single fucking lap one year at Daytona. That's pretty fucking bad. But this one was not much better. Oh boy, we've got a big old speech about this one. Junior Motorsports driver Michael Annett led the last 45 laps of the NASCAR Racing Experience 300 to clinch his first Xfinity Series victory and a win in the season opener at Daytona. At the controls of the #1 Pilot Flying J American Heart Association Chevrolet Camaro, Annett held off second place finishing teammate, who can never fucking win at this fucking bitch track, to earn a spot in the series playoffs and an all-important victory at the historic Florida track. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to read all of these. But the best part is that this was like the best paint scheme for Michael Annett since the 2017 Pilot fucking car. I mean, just look at this. Look at this shit. It's so simple, but it works so well. And you got American Heart Association, which is a great cause, and all that good stuff. This is signed. This is probably spiked in value since he got fucking kicked out of the series for cunt-ass Sammy Smith going to Joe Gibbs Racing, which is what I wanted Annett to do ever since, like, his fucking win. He could have just gone to fucking Joe Gibbs Racing at any point in time and probably be performing at the same level that Sammy Smith is. But no, he's just gotta spend the rest of his career as the 4th driver on a 4-car team. Rather than being like the 3rd driver on a 3-car team. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Annette should have gone to JGR in like 2021, is basically what I'm trying to say. Yep. Anyway, there's that. That's a good car, though. Oh, hey, speaking of the past and reasons that I no longer want to be alive. Oh. You know, I realized around mid-season last year that really this guy was the only reason I cared about racing at all after like 2018. And now that he's gone, I literally have nothing to care about in the sport. I mean, I like IndyCar and F1 and stuff, but like, as far as American stock car racing is concerned, man, it ain't been the same. But this thing's hot. This was RZ Customs, I believe, on Facebook that made this. This was like $150 well spent, pretty much. There's 2 books in this box, too. Some pretty good ones, dude. So, that's in there, in amongst the other things. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. I spent a lot of money on these. A lot of money on these. But once again, $65 and it's yours, unless this is like going for more on eBay right now, which it probably won't until McDowell retires is probably going to be when this spikes in value. But still, good moment. Good moment. The first driver of the past 3 fucking runs at Daytona with just absolute scrub-ass finishers who are just slowly lowering the prestige of the Daytona 500. This guy was the first to begin that run of just absolute losers winning the Daytona 500. Of course, this comes with a plethora of additional things. Here's this. Here's this. Look at that, man. Look at that absolute man. This one, they stopped giving summaries of the races. They can't even be bothered. Laps led by winner, 1. And this is a platinum checkered flag. Oh my. They really think winning the Daytona 500 means something anymore. Oh my goodness, dude. But yeah, still a good looking car. My fucking hair is getting caught in my hand now. Yeah, still a good looking car, but once again, $65 and it's yours. Yeah, some of these I really am just holding on to for their potential value in the future. Not really so much because I actually want them, but like there's a good couple of these that I'm hanging on to specifically to sell in the future, like 10 years down the line when they're worth like $500. Spend $65 today, have $465 in the future. Hey, here's one of them. This is the 2017 Truex winning at Homestead car. I really don't want to take this one out. You've really already seen the 2016 car. It really is pretty much almost the exact same paint scheme. It is a race win though, so that makes it a little bit better. Oh man. And here's another really good one. I have a big Michael Annett collection. This is one of 180. Darlington throwback number 1. This was a 2020 car. Come on out. You know you want to. Yeah. This one's signed, too, for that matter. Yeah, this is a good one. But this is just a good paint scheme, period. I mean, this right here, I mean... This is just a good car in general. Like, it's one of the most iconic Dale Jr. Busch Series paint schemes. It looks great. They literally got Oreo for it. It's like, come on, man. Best in class. Best in class when it comes to throwback paint schemes. I'm so glad that they decided to change the throwback weekend to the May Darlington race. And only like half the teams got the memo, so there's a couple of people doing throwbacks in that race, and then other people doing throwbacks in the other Darlington race. And now there's not even themes for the throwback races anymore. Can you go into the slot, baby? Can you, like, go inside of this shit? Thank you for going inside. Yeah, I'm so glad that NASCAR decided to ruin the throwback weekend. Alright, that officially completes box number 2. Box number 2 of 8. And this is the biggest box of them all that we're about to go into. Okay. Here's a good one. Boom. 2 of the best of all time. Jay Sauter and Jeff Green. In the same car. This one is one of 2,904. And it is, well, I mean, you can tell by the text on the outside box, I suppose, which one this is. But yeah, this is one of my, another one of my favorites from early on. It's Rockwell Automation. I really like the RCR Rockwell car more than the Gibbs Rockwell car. NYSE Rock. Very good. Mostly because Jeff Green and Jay Sauter were in this. And I mean, they really should have both won in this car. There was a really good run that Jay Sauter was on, I believe, at Kentucky when he died on, like, coming to 5 to go, and that set up the really weird finish that they had at that track. Back when Kentucky was just a Busch track. Now Kentucky is a no one goes there track. Because they micromanaged it to death, like they do every single track that isn't fucking, you know, fucking Atlanta. This box, we need to get a counter on the side of the screen for this one, because this box has a lot of cars for a certain driver. And that certain driver is Casey Mears. Back when I first started buying Diecast, the first one I bought was his Coke 600 win. And then after that, I was buying a lot of Casey Diecast, and I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to collect every single Casey Diecast ever made. And an effort was made. Can this shit open, please? Thank you. So, get that Casey counter going. This is one of the pricier ones. Right here. Or maybe not. Hang on. No, this is just the standard 2004 paint. It looks pink on the outside because I guess that box got water damage. But no, this is just the standard 2004 paint. So this right here, actually, there is a lot of sentimental value to this car. Because this was the first car that made me like Casey Mears. Because I loved this paint in NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup. And this was the paint that introduced me to Casey Mears. It's got a real window net, opens in the trunk. The hood opens up and there's even a little Target logo underneath the hood. But yeah, he got his first top 10 at Las Vegas in this car. That is a challenge in NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup. It's a lightning challenge in that game. So the Casey counter begins. I'm not going to try and keep track while making this video, but in editing, I will keep track of the Casey counter. Alright, I think the Casey counter is going to be going up pretty fast, because here's this one. This is it's the 2013 one, as you can tell, because it's a Ford car here. This is one of the last cars he got to drive. Well, not really. He was still around up to 2016, so he still had several more years, but like, this is when they started getting less and less on the opening of the trunk side of things. But yeah, I don't remember when I got this one. I think this one goes for a bit on eBay, but yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's one of the weakest seasons that Casey had after like getting, you know, points at Germain. So it's not really, there's not much as far as sentimental value is concerned there, but it is still interesting to see him as a Ford. Man, we are just wildly swinging between eras here. Wildly swinging between eras, because here's a 2008 one. Caught. Our first caught of the video. And the wing is actually intact. Look at that. Casey led a bunch of laps at Kansas in this car. He led a bunch of laps in New Hampshire in this car. He actually had a low-key, half-decent season. He got a top 5 at Sonoma in this car. It wasn't as good as 2007, but it wasn't nearly as bad as people make it out to be. That's for sure. I've definitely seen worse seasons in Hendrick equipment. Here is one, I think, yeah, 2014. One of 721. I don't know where all the cardboard keeps ending up, but like, yeah. I don't know if there was a 2016 paint scheme made. I'm pretty sure there was not a 2015 paint scheme made. But like, here's one with actual like roof flaps that work and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Got the real window net. This trunk opens all the way up. So that's pretty cool. But like the giant ass spoiler and all that good stuff. 2014 was a lot of wasted opportunities for Casey. He was battling for the lead when the rain came at the Coke 400 at Daytona. He really didn't do anything else that season. But yeah, lots of wasted opportunities. Now, this one was a total waste of money. This is a custom-made Casey Mears car. It's taken from a 2002 Jimmy Spencer 41, and literally all the dude did was change the name on the name rail. Literally all he did was change the name on the name rail up there. And then he repackaged it and sold it as a Casey Mears diecast. Thankfully, I only paid like $20 for this. And this is pretty heavy, so it's a pretty high quality car, all things considered. But still, I don't think Casey drove this paint scheme at any point in time. I'm almost certain that he did not drive this paint scheme. So, that's interesting. There was a promotion in like 2004. Yeah, 2004. Where they raced on Father's Day. So, there was a bunch of Happy Father's Day cars that were made for that race. I don't know which race it was, though. So, yeah, that's interesting. It is an interesting promotion, though. I mean, not a whole lot of people care about Father's Day, you know, in the same vein that more people care about Mother's Day than Father's Day, you know, like the same way that more people care about breast cancer awareness than prostate cancer awareness. But this was the 2004 scheme, and really the only thing that changed was Happy Father's Day on the top. And there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Roger Mears. He has STP in the corner there, that's interesting, but yeah. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. And absolutely, thank you to all the dads out there. Especially, yeah, so true that. Thanks to all the dads out there, except for the ones that leave the mom to fend for themselves as a single mother when they have no fucking money whatsoever. And you go on to make 0 child support payments and live it up. Only showing up like 3 or 4 times during their kid's childhood. As for them, they do not get Happy Father's Day, as a matter of fact. They don't. Okay, here's one of my favorite paints for Casey. It's the Target House car. One of almost 2,000. But, like, this is legitimately, like, one of the best Casey paints. This was 2003, right? Yeah, this is 2003. He actually did drive this car as opposed to that other one. But yeah, look at this, dude. Look at this. It's so good. There's a big old heart behind the 41. He probably did terrible in this race. It was 2003, so, you know, pretty good chance he did terrible in the actual race, but very good looking car. Very good looking car. Alright, let's break up the monotony quick with a car that is not a Casey car. And in fact, it's the guy that replaced Casey. Yeah, one of the biggest moments of blue balls in my entire life would be when Mark Martin decided that he was going to have some semblance of success while I was cheering for him. And then he was going to go on and fuck off at the last 9 races of the season. Yeah. This car should be iconic, though. This car really should be iconic. This should be one of the greatest cars of all time. But thanks to fucking Chad Knaus, that's not the case. Yeah, this got working roof flaps. It's just so hard to open up the hoods on these things. There's just no way to really, like, get underneath there without throwing stuff around, you know. Fucking Pop-Tarts. I know that there's all of his wins from 2009 got diecast made. I know that they are because I remember there was one point someone on eBay was selling all of them at once. And he was selling them all for $500 each, which, you know, fair enough. But at the same time, I really want to find his Darlington win with the Cheez-Its on the hood. I mean, Mark Martin and winning and Cheez-Its. Like, literally, there is no better possible combination on planet Earth. That's legitimately top-tier stuff. Alright, here's an interesting one. We have a Slim Jim number 44, Justin Labonte Motorsports, number 44. So this actually was Labonte Motorsports, an actual Terry Labonte run organization. One of 5,000 to be made in the year 2000. If this shit would come off, like the fucking suction, like the fucking aerodynamic physics of these boxes that keep it from being able to be opened easily. Okay, here we go, dude. Here it is. And it's a good looking car too. Look at this. The quality is there. Yeah, some good stuff. But you got Terry Labonte and Justin Labonte on the top too, dude. You got the 44 going on. One time NASCAR Busch Series winner, Justin Labonte. Man, he sure did exist, didn't he? He sure was a part of the sport for a short period of time. Man. Imagine if he got the kind of manufacturer support that Chase fucking Elliott got. Official NASCAR 2000. Is he in NASCAR 2000? This is a Busch Series car, so I doubt he's in NASCAR 2000 or 2001 for that matter. Kind of disappointing that he never showed up as a possible Busch Series replacement driver in the EA NASCAR games. Alright, we're back to the Casey counter. This is another one of the biggest wasted opportunities for Casey. An incredibly consistent car. His actual statistical best season as far as average finish is concerned. This one's signed too, for that matter. I didn't even know that. This is the Texaco Javelin 42. He won a Busch Series race in 2006 with this paint scheme. But as far as the Cup Series is concerned, he got a best finish as second place at Kansas on fuel mileage, I believe it was. But other than that, he was just kind of a 15th place car all season. Meanwhile, it was his best year for average finish at any point. Better than he was even in his best season at Hendrick. Alright, here's another custom diecast. Now, as far as actual paints, actual cars that Casey did run, this is a car that Casey actually ran. However, once again, literally all this dude did was take a James Finch Phoenix Racing yellow construction car and just replace the name of whoever was on it with Casey Mears. Now, actually, Casey did have some decent runs in this car. But he always had his best runs when it was an actual Ganassi car. Casey ran a couple of good races with Braun Racing too, for that matter, but he did actually drive this car in 2003, so hey, at least they managed to get that much correct. But yeah, that's the only yellow transport car that I have. Ah, here it is. Now this one was hard to get, because this car goes for a lot, but I think I managed to get this for like $40. This is the classic pink 41 car from 2005, which I actually consider to be Casey's best season, because he was in contention for 3 different wins. Here it is, the breast cancer awareness. Once again, the only cancer that exists according to some people. Number 41. Nicorette on the back, which is interesting. This is not a child's collectible, obviously. But yeah, this car goes for a lot on eBay. I don't know why it goes for as much as it does, but I managed to find one for $40 including shipping. So I consider that a massive W. I don't know what it's going for these days. I've kind of stopped looking at diecasts on eBay. It's kind of helped from the whole, problem that is buying diecasts on eBay. Can this hair stop existing, please? That's so fucking nasty. I don't even know if that's my hair or someone else's hair. Kind of had the consistency of a pube hair, so that's kind of gross. Oh, here's a good one. Another driver that I have, like, no cars for. Kevin Harvick Kid Rock car. And this is a Smoke Edition. This is a Kevin Harvick Incorporated car. Oh my goodness, dude. Please open the lid. Please open the lid. Are we going to be opening the lid today? Okay, there we go. Yes. It's still got its sock. So this is going to be miserable to get back on. It's got Action as a sponsor on the backside. Look at that. But look at this paint. Fucking Kid Rock's self-titled, like, 2003 album on this thing. Come on, man. You can't deny. You can't deny that that's some good shit. Like, this is... I didn't even know this car existed until I started buying diecasts off eBay. But if it was, like, 2009, and, like, I got this car as a Christmas present, I wouldn't even care that it was a Harvick car. It's just that good. It's just that good. Hey, speaking of Nicorette, here's this one. I think this was one of the first ones. I think this might have been the second Casey car I ever got. Or, like, at least the second one after I started going like, yo, I should get every single Casey car. I think I got this for, like, 20 bucks. But it's pretty decent. It's got Fujifilm all over it. Look at this. The Fujifilm 41. Once again, I think this one is actually ran by Casey. It's a 2003 car. It's got his rookie stripes and stuff. But yeah. This one's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Not a lot to say. I was just trying to collect every single Casey car. This is actually the bottom of the third box. We finally reached the bottom of this third box. And it's a good one. It is Tommy Baldwin number 7. As apparently, yeah, this is my only Tommy Baldwin car, I guess. Oh, it's in upside down. That's unfortunate. Let's do something about that. There we go. Hey, look at that. Hey. This was a 2014 car. Like, Michael Annette's actual, like, best season before going back to the Xfinity series. He actually was, like, really solid in this car, which is weird, because the last place that I would expect Michael Annette to have a good season would be in the Tommy Baldwin 7. But hey, that's just what happened. That is just simply what happened. Wow. Anyway. Yeah, pretty good car. Pretty good paint, too, for that matter. It's a looker. It's a real looker. Okay. Oh my god, that was my calculus book. Do you fucking mind, dude? Okay. It just does not want to go in. That's just where we're at. In life, this box just will not go in. It won't. It refuses. We're just not going in. How the fuck did anything get in here to begin with? Next. Alright, this one's a little bit more difficult to assess. There's not a whole lot of cars in this one. But I'll show them regardless. This is a Camaro. This cost $12.99 when it was new. Here is another one without a box. It's our first Allgaier scheme. That took long enough. But yeah, this is the 51 from his only real shot in the Cup series. That he got fucked up the ass the entire time during, you know? Nothing surprising there. This one was like my favorite for a long time. And it's really awkward. It's Team Caliber Dark Chrome 2003 Greg Biffle. Look at this. Look at this absolute box, dude. It's got a breakdown of all the stuff. I really don't want to take this out, but you can't even see the car. But it's got a certificate. It's got a little thing there. But, like, I don't want to take that out because it's going to be miserable to put back together. So, you saw it. That's what matters. Is that everything in this box? Yeah, that's going to be everything in this box. So, the only actual, like, cars were the Allgaier one and the Biffle one. Alright, well, that was quick. This one, on the other hand, is not going to be quick. Hey, you want to know what's better than a Casey Mears car from 2004? How about a SpongeBob movie? Casey Mears car from 2004. Not only just the greatest movie that I had ever seen up at that point in my life, but it also had a Casey paint scheme to go along with it. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I don't know how many SpongeBob schemes there were in this race. But this one's signed, look at that. Yeah, look at that. SpongeBob movie in theaters November 19th. Amazing. The fucking game came out for this movie before the movie came out. Because, like, the game already existed, and they just had to repurpose it and make a new plot for it or whatever. But yeah, definitely the greatest movie I'd seen up until that point in my life. And I didn't even know there was a race tie-in with it because we didn't have fucking TV back then. We didn't have a cable package capable of viewing the fucking races. Can this shit go on, please? These sleeves. These fucking sleeves are going to be the end of my life by the time this video is over. I swear. Hey, remember when I said that I was going to get every Casey paint scheme? Here it is! Another one! This one is one of 2,000. They just changed up the certificate of authenticity for, like, every single thing here. But yeah, this is a elite one. I'm not sure if this is... I'm not sure which one this is. Oh, it's in the box. Oh, dude, look at this. Oh, come on, get out of there without breaking anything. This is the original, the OG, like, main paint scheme for 2007. Oh, it's so good. I've done so many NASCAR 08 full races in this car. But, like, this is seriously, like, one of the best National Guard paint schemes, like, of all time. Just straight up. It just straight up is. He got a pole at Chicagoland driving this paint scheme. He got fucking annihilated at Talladega driving this car. I mean, you know, the usual. But it's such a good paint, and such a wasted fucking opportunity. But, you know, Hendrick was way too busy jacking himself off to bother giving Casey any opportunity with that fucking car. A lot of dust on the box there. I don't know what that's all about. Now now we're throwing it all the way back to the beginning. Phillips 66 2002 signed Casey Busch Series car. The original car, the one that started it all, the one he got in a feud with Shane Meal with. And he fucking drove like shit in this car. He had 2 top 10s. One was at Nashville. I think the other one was at Talladega in the race that everyone died in, and he didn't even finish on the lead lap in that race. Oh, Casey. Oh, Casey. Okay, here's another one that was sent in by the viewers at home. This is another car that makes me sad every time I look at it. I think this is a 2012 Mark Martin signed number 55. Yeah, he got like 6 poles in this car and proceeded to win none of those races because nothing in 2012 there was 0 happiness in 2012. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so when I said that I wanted to collect every single Casey paint scheme, this does not count because every single National Guard car that Casey drove in 2007 in the Busch Series was made into a diecast. Its own individual diecast with the you know, the infantry division listed on the side. This is the New Hampshire one, and all of these cars exist. Yep, but I'm not buying them, I can tell you that much. This is enough. This is more than enough right here. So yeah, another car with so much wasted potential. He absolutely could have won at least 3 races in that car. But he won fucking none of them, because of course he did. Another Casey car, 2008. I think this one was sent in the fan mail P.O. box. I think. Maybe, maybe not. This is a brushed metal number 5 from 2008. Look at that. Look at that. There's some good quality in this. It must be said. Yeah. Another good one. Yet another good one. Yeah. And another cot that does not have a broken wing. Must be said. Must be said. Anytime you see a cot that doesn't have a broken wing, that's a moment in time, to say the least. Alright, here's one of the last ones. Idiot! 2016, another, you know, the Smoky Unit car. I don't want to take this one out. You already know what this car looks like. It's, they use the exact same throwback the next season. Speaking of another one of the last ones, I forgot that this car exists. It's the other SpongeBob car for Casey. And this one was 2015. This one was a 2015 car. So, yeah. It's a big ol' fucking Squidward face. Look at that. Good times, man. Good times. Except it wasn't good times because Casey did fuck all in 2015. Except he got like 4th in the Daytona 500, but that race fucking sucked, so we don't really want to discuss that fucking garbage. He didn't really have a shot at winning that race, even if it went green, but still. But fucking still. Nothing good ever fucking happens at Daytona, so he probably, if anything, would have died. Anyway, this one's the 2016 car. I didn't think I had this one. I didn't think I had the 2016 paint scheme, but here it is. Yep. The last fucking ride, dude. I'm so pissed. Anyway, that's the bottom of this box. So that box went a lot faster than I thought it would. I think we're getting down towards the end of the line when it comes to these cars, and I'm still missing, like, the vast majority of, like, the big ones. Okay. Oh, there it is. Alright, now we can show these ones together. Blake Feast, Boston Reed. The fucking dynamic duo right here. 2 5 cars. 0 wins between them, except Blake Feast actually showed a modicum of potential in ARCA. This one's signed, and this one's signed. Yep, both of them are signed. Look at that. Amazing, dude. Amazing. I don't think they made a Kyle Krisiloff one, though. So we can't have the, you know, the absolute, you know, best set of cars. Like, look at this shit, dude. Wow. What a group. What an absolute group. And they are, in fact, both signed. Look at that. 2 signatures. 2 wasted opportunities. Man, that's amazing, dude. Literally the only difference between these 2 cars is the thing on the name rails again. Just like the custom Casey diecast. Literally the only thing that changed between these is the name on the fucking name rail. Alright, this one I had to fix myself. I'm not gonna take it out. It's the Casey 2007 COT edition. It's limited edition, apparently. But, like, the wing actually did break off on this one, so I'm not gonna take it out, because that's risky. Here's one that I wasn't even planning on buying, but then I got a really good deal on it. It's, the Baby Ruth #1 for Michael Annette. One of 361. This is probably gonna go. Alright, next up, we've got another interesting one. And it's another for the Casey counter. 21! Yo, have you ever in your life seen such a thing? This may be the only one of these to exist on the planet. This is a... God, what year was that? 2017. 2017 Casey 98 for Biagi. It's a Biagi car, and it is in fact custom made. It is in fact, yeah, this is a, I felt something, a sticker of some sort right there, but yeah. It's a looker, that's for sure. Yeah, that was another one made by RZ Customs, who's like the only person I have ever made customs with. So, yeah. I don't know if there's anyone else that's like really good at making custom diecasts. I know Chesapeake follows me on Twitter, but like, he doesn't really do many things anymore. Anything you couldn't find anywhere else, honestly. The first time that I ever interacted with Chesapeake Diecast on Twitter was in like 2018-ish, where I asked him if he would make a Corbin Forrester 2015 Trump. Oh my god, Trump. And he was like, nah, I don't want to do political stuff. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Here's an interesting one. Did you know that some diecasts are vacuum sealed? Yes, this is vacuum sealed, brand new Justin Allgaier 2009 Verizon Bush Series car. Yeah, this is a good one right here. And I got this for a wicked good price too. This thing could be worth as much as like $200. So, no to the people who want to buy it for $65. But seeing as how it's locked in that box and I can't take it out, there's really not so much we can see with that one. Alright, here it is. Here it is! Not really the one that started it all, but the one that started my downfall in life. Here it is! One of the greatest moments in NASCAR history. Oh, here it is. The first diecast that I ever bought off of eBay. Right here. This is the one, and it even came with a little pin. If it will let me show you it. A little pin! It's a little itty bitty pin. It's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's signed. I overspent on this, but it was literally the first diecast that I ever bought off of eBay, so I had absolutely nothing to go off of. And like, I never really liked this paint scheme. I'll be honest, digital camo really doesn't do much for me. But as the years have gone on, I mean, this thing is iconic. It's too good to be true, dude. And honestly, sometimes it does feel too good to be true. It honestly does feel too good to be true that Casey Mears won on Memorial Day weekend, racing for Hendrick Motorsports. Yeah. Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. Too bad the rest of his career was complete fucking garbage. Now the fucking pin's being a bitch. I forgot the pin was even in here. I thought I had it somewhere else. We're just gonna have this in the background of every shot for the rest of the video. Just for context. Should have had that be the first one that I showed. Alright, here's a good one. Now, I don't know, I don't even remember when I got this, but here is this is a Truex diecast, and is not just any Truex diecast, it is an Elite Edition of the Gen 4 2007 car. I mean, that's pretty sick. Truex had a chance to win Atlanta during the chase in this car, but the rest of 2007 really wasn't much to write home about aside from the win, so. Does this Elite diecast not even have working roof flaps? Are you kidding me, dude? It looks like it wants to open up. You can hear it tapping. Because you tap that part and it doesn't do anything. But you tap that and you can hear metal hitting metal. So it wants to deploy the roof flaps. It's just decided it's not going to. But you can see the difference with this one. It's got the, you know, the trunk straps on. That's how you can tell it is in fact an Elite. But yeah, it's a good looker. It's a real good looker. But in any case, the roof flaps refuse to deploy. So that's kind of a little bit on the annoying side. So this could have some value at some point. I actually got a really good deal on this. If I remember correctly. I must have gotten a really good deal on this. There's no way that I would have spent a whole lot on this. I don't think I got this before 2019 because his 2019 cars are going for so much. And it's like, why? Why are these cars listed at $150? What is this? What is this fucking inflation? But in any case, that's this entire box. We've only got 2 boxes to go. Don't worry, guys. We're only 2.5 hours into this video, but we're almost there. Almost. We're getting closer. Minute by minute. The end draws nearer. Okay, here's an awkward box. There's going to be a lot of important ones in here, though. Alright, so. Have you ever overspent? I've overspent on this bank action diecast for Mark Martin's 1990 car. Now, I will admit, this thing is hot. I mean, look at that. Oh, it's in pristine condition, and it's hot. And the trunk doesn't open, but I'm pretty sure the hood should, yeah. And actually, it's a Thunderbird hood, so it's easier to get underneath there and actually open it, but you can see it's solid. You can't even have an interior. There's the bank. So whilst it is a solid car and looks really good, it is not worth anywhere near what I spent on it. Yeah, that's one of the least proud moments of my collecting. As I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not very proud of anything that I've shown today. 90% of these I did not need to purchase. So, yeah, basically. Anyway, so that's that. That's the start of this box. And it's a smaller, you know, box that the car comes in, so it's a little bit awkward to, you know, store with other cars. Hey, speaking of awkward, I walked around the fucking garage. I was able to get into the Cup Series garage once, but I think that was on accident. Every single other time I tried to go to the Cup Series garage, they were like, no. But I walked around. I even saw Justin Allgaier when I was in Phoenix, and I carried this fucking thing around the entire time. And I didn't get a signature. But, yeah. And then he went on to get fucking dumped. And he fucking fell out of the Final Four in 2018. So this car has a very awkward relationship with me, in that I still have it, and I still would try to get him to sign it if he came up to me today. I obviously didn't bring it with me to Circa the Americas when I actually fucking shook hands with the man. So, obviously I didn't have the car on me at that point. I thought about bringing it with me though on that trip, but there just wasn't enough space. I already didn't have enough space to begin with. Like, I had to fucking... Some weird things happen. Okay, speaking of weird... Oh shit! This is a Kansas Jayhawks 2002 Casey Mears signed 124 diecast. NASCAR Authentics. What? Limited edition, it says. I don't even see... There's not even a count. But yeah. I don't even think I spent that much on this one either. So yeah, this is a pretty sick car right here. It must be said. This is just, and like, I don't even really watch college sports at all, but Kansas Jayhawks are actually my favorite college football team. But like I said, I've watched 2 college football games. One of them was with the Jayhawks. I've watched 2 college football games in my life. Only one of them was the Kansas fucking Jayhawks. But the fact that Casey fucking Mears had that, and I didn't even like... I think I watched the Jayhawks before I even started really caring about Casey. Anyway, Nicorette. Way earlier in this video, I was like, speaking of Nicorette, and I thought I had pulled out the Nicorette car, when in fact it was the Fujifilm car. Well, here's the Nicorette car. Here's the actual Nicorette car. It is in fact signed. It does in fact have an opening hood with a giant piece of styrofoam in it for some reason. But yeah, this is a Nicorette car. I don't even know if Nicorette works. I've never smoked, so cannot say from personal experience whether or not it actually works, but hey, if it's sponsored Casey, then it gets my fucking Kamikaze Games seal of approval. So, yeah, that's that one right there. That one's pretty good, it must be said. It must be said. That one is done and moved to the side. Keeping it in 2005. Another Casey car. When I said that I wanted to collect every single Casey car, I wasn't kidding. Here's the 2005 paint scheme. This is the car that should have won the 2005 Ford 400 and only lost because NASCAR is full of shit. But he had it won. Yeah. So, this is this car. This is the one that makes an appearance in NASCAR 06. This paint scheme you can get a contract for in NASCAR 06. But yeah, it's a Charger instead of an Intrepid, so, you know, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I gotta flip it around. Yeah. I think we're almost out of Casey diecast I think we're getting close to the end for the Casey diecast. I think we may be just about done. As far as that's concerned. I don't even know what the counter's at, dude. This video has taken 3 days to record, by the way. Just want to point that out. Alright, so you thought the championship diecast was interesting. I have 2 Austin Terrio diecasts. Which is, you know, just interesting. And this is, of course, a Junior Motorsports car. Back when Austin was like a baby. And yeah. So he had like 2 starts for fucking Junior Motorsports. Fucking 2 starts. And they made a diecast for it. And the interesting thing about older this year era of Xfinity diecast is that they don't have right side windows. Because they actually did in fact drive without right side windows. I think they still take out the right side window at road courses. Or maybe certain road courses. Maybe not all of them. But this is still a really good paint scheme. It's a pretty, you know, generic base. But it still looks really good. It's a cool color combination. You don't really see a lot of baby blue cars. that actually, you know, look good. But yeah, this was, in fact, another wasted opportunity for one of my fucking favorite drivers. Yeah, you know. But, like, he was so young. That was 2014. He didn't even win the ARCA Championship until 3 years later. Dude was, like, 19. So, yeah, basically. This is my original, Mark Martin pennant from 2006. This has hung up in my room for a long time. Well, I mean, it did before we, like, moved, and then I put it into a box and never fucking hung it up again. And here's something else that I also got when it was new. It's a fucking Mark Martin Batman car, limited edition. I think this is worth like $30 now. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Very fun, very fun. Next. Okay. So, if you'll recall, I mentioned that when I got that original 2017 Michael Annette 124 Pilot Flying J car, the guy emailed me and was like, "Hey, do you have a different delivery address? We use FedEx, so we can't deliver to a post office box." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay, sorry for this inconvenience. We're gonna send you another diecast." An additional diecast. And I've never really liked the TMC car. I've really never been a big fan. But, like, hey, I appreciate the free thing. Free stuff is always cool. And this one's also signed. I think the pilot one was signed as well. So, that's pretty neat. That is, in fact, the word that I would use to describe all of this is just neat. Neat in general. Hey, ladies and gentlemen of the audience. Are you sick of Casey diecast yet? Oh, no. Okay, so this one was actually... Okay, earlier in the video I said, "Oh, this I think was the second one I bought on eBay." No, this is the second car that I ever bought off eBay. It was from a certain seller who I bought from 3 times. And they sent me a bonus item with the third one. And this right here is the car. Now, the reason that I like this paint scheme so much is because of NASCAR Thunder 2004. Because the legacy associated with this car is one of the greatest failures, one of the worst seasons in NASCAR Cup Series history was driven from this car right here. But it's even got the cute little rookie stripes and stuff. And it's signed. Of course it's signed. Lots of my Casey diecasts are signed, amazingly. The only Casey signature that I've ever gotten in real life was the one at Phoenix, which is more than I ever expected. That's more Casey signatures than I ever expected to get in my life. So, given the fact that it happened, period, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, that one... And I just like that. I mean, it's one of the... I mean, you just have to admit. And, like, you've got this stuff on the side here. You've got pictures from 2003. There's not a whole lot of positive things that you can get here. I think the car is damaged in this image. It looks like the back end's kind of caved in. So, yeah. This is a bank, apparently. I don't know. I'm going to have to review the footage, because I don't think it's a bank. But, I mean, shit. I've been wrong in the past. Hey, remember when I said we were done with the Casey diecast? But this is another wasted opportunity. This is the 2009 Jack Daniels 07. The only reason that Casey drove this car in 2009 was because General Mills was like, we can't have the former Kellogg's driver driving for us. And I bet Richard Childress and like everyone else in the room was like, bro, no one even is aware of the fact that Casey Mears drove for the 5 car last season. Absolutely no one even knows about this fact. But I remember this was one of the first items I got through the fan mail P.O. box. Of course it's signed with a nice silver Sharpie. But yeah, Casey outdrove his teammates for the first 33 races of the season until absolutely dying in the last 3 races. He was behind only Clint Boyer for the majority of the season on the 4th car for Richard Childress Racing, and then they decided to change his fucking crew chief with 5 races to go, and then suddenly he ended up the season as the lowest driver in the points for Childress. How fucking convenient is that for Dick Childress? Huh? How fucking convenient. And something else that happened in 2009 was Casey Mears subbed for Jeff Burton after a practice crash during a Busch Series race. So the first Leach race for Casey since 2007, and Casey went on to finish 2nd in that race. So basically, this car is just more wasted opportunities, but this time it wasn't even Casey's fault. So yeah, basically I hate everything about Casey's career. I hate it. I genuinely hate most of it. Here's one that's a little bit on the interesting side. This was my favorite Truex win for a long time. This is the 2019 Richmond race that he fucking annihilated Logano in. Yeah, this is like yet another auto owner's car. So, you know, you've already seen the auto owner's cars. Well, you've seen the auto owner's truck. You haven't seen the car though yet, but I'm still not opening it because I'm sick of this video and I want it to be done. I want this video to be over. We have been here for how long? Love is a burning thing, bound by wild desire. Okay, how the fuck did I have this set up before that I was able to fit this Mark Martin car into this box? I have no idea what I've done differently to cause this to change. This is a little bit on the awkward side. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the interest rates went higher. I burned, burned, burned. The ring of fire. We need a Bernie Sanders Ring of Fire rendition, but it's like all about student loans. Student debt is a burning thing. Okay, ladies and fucking gentlemen in the audience, we have made it to the final box. And it's all really new stuff, so we're still missing a bunch of cars. We're still missing a John Hunter Nemechek 8 truck. Basically, a bunch of cars that I don't have boxes for we're missing. One I do have a box for is this one right here. I never bought a KVM diecast. I never thought I would buy one until this happened. This was a great race. I remember it. This was the first race that I ever watched at the new hotel. And yeah. And it was right after, it was 2021, so I was taking a big risk watching it because I was assuming it was going to suck. But it didn't suck. And we got this out of it. It's pretty hot. Pretty hot. Winter storm warning, huh? Great, thanks. That's what I need in my life. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. The Safe Light number 18 got a lot of wins over the years. But this is the only one that's, like, actually worth the shit. Or did he win in the Safe Light truck last year? I don't even know, dude. But anyway, all of these last ones are, like, brand new because I have them in these boxes. And a lot of these ones, actually, I'm just holding on for the eventual value of them rather than the current value. Because, like, that truck... Like, I'm happy for Chandler, but I think I'd actually rather have a race win diecast in the 16 Xfinity car rather than that 18 car. So basically, I'm holding on to that one for when he eventually wins a Cup championship and it's suddenly worth $300. Okay, this one on the other hand, a lot of sentimental value on this one. This is the COVID iRacing Series Timmy Hill race win. Timmy Hill on Fox Network had a televised win in the Roof Claim MBM Motorsports number 66. Look at this thing. Technically, this would be Wookiee's car because he wasn't even in the Cup Series in 2020, I don't think. I think this was his full-time season in Xfinity. Or was that was this the year that fucking Wookiee got suspended from Daytona? From the shit that happened at Daytona? Maybe this technically isn't his car, but this is still fucking lit. This is awesome. Okay, I don't care how much this is valued like 15 years from now. This was one of the only good things that ever happened in 2020. And look at that, we even got an SMD logo on that. Unbelievable. That is amazing. SMD has a race fucking win. That is amazing. Anyway, that's that for that car. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, I don't even know if coming in the cardboard box would raise any value for these things. I feel like it wouldn't. It probably shouldn't. But hey, if it even means that I could get an extra $5 for one of these things, and also it keeps the, you know, the box that the car comes in, like the actual car box, it keeps it in better shape because you can stack it better and it's not like getting slammed into or like crushed by something heavy. It's got the reinforcement of this stuff here. Alright, now this one on the other hand, this one I am saving because I have a feeling it's gonna be worth a lot of money someday. You know what? It's actually worth a lot right now. But in the future, a lot of things need to happen for this to be worth a bit more than it is right now. But, I mean, you gotta admit, this is a good one right here. I remember watching the fucking telemetry because these races weren't televised. I mean, they're still not televised technically, but like there was like no streaming service available for these. And I was watching the telemetry and it said like it was, you know, Haley was like second for the whole time, and then the white flag came out, and then the checkered flag hit, and it said that Deegan was the winner, and like I almost shit myself IRL when that happened. Like I was like waiting for someone else to tweet about it because I wanted to, you know, corroborate it. And then someone finally said like, oh, Haley Deegan just won. And then I got a tweet out that said, guys, Haley Deegan just won at Meridian. And it got like 150 likes. And I felt very validated. There's no right side window for this. Interesting. But look at all the damage. Not forget about the, you know, the significance of this car. The historical significance about this car. Forget about that. Forget about all that. Like, look at all the scrapes all over this thing. This, like, just as a diecast, like, as a piece of art, this thing's hot. There's some good stuff right here, dude. But I am hanging on to it for when, like, if Haley somehow wins a truck race, or even an Xfinity race, or she makes it to the Cup Series and becomes the first female to ever win a Cup Series race. And of course, actually, I haven't even shown this yet. This might be the only sticker that exists for a K&N race win car. Remember the K&N series? But this is sick. This is a sick little sticker. That's a sick little sticker. And it also comes with this, the fucking fact sheet. The first woman to win a K&N Pro Series race. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Legendary. And it may be worth a lot of money someday. So, yeah. This one I'm definitely keeping for the potential. The potential. It's got a lot of potential. The potential value is through the roof. And it doesn't want to go back into the fucking case. Go in, damn it. Go in. Please go in. Go in! Come on. You know you want to. Oh, it's ripping. No, don't rip it. Don't rip it. Don't rip the box. Don't fucking rip the box. Oh, no, dude. Oh, no. This shit just got like $50 less value in the future. Because there's a little itty-bitty, teeny-tiny fucking tear. Okay, you can barely see it. You can't even fucking see it. That's just character. That's just the character of the box. Jesus fucking Christ, I did not just devalue this fucking diecast that's gonna be worth hundreds someday. It's already worth hundreds. This thing goes for $200 on eBay today. Just imagine if Haley wins in the truck series. Just imagine what the fucking value of this shit's gonna be. Anyway, yeah, if I ever have children in the future, that's their entire college fund right there. Now here's a fun one. Not a whole lot of people can say, well, there's not a whole lot of people that I can say that I'm from the same state as them and they're racing. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, this is Donnie Schatz. Donnie Schatz, one singular Truck Series start that came at one of the worst races in Truck Series history. I watched the whole thing because I fucking hate myself. But yeah, that race fucking sucked and Donnie got fucked over late. Like on one of the 5 cautions that came out after the scheduled race distance. And Chandler Smith led for like 60 fucking laps. But then, on the last fucking restart, they decided to wait on the fucking... They decided to wait on the button and give it a fucking Austin Hill. Here's another one. Here's another one that I never see on eBay. But it should be valuable now at this point. Because, like, the potential was there to begin with. But now, this is 2018 Spencer Boyd, number 76 for SS Greenlight. Not only does Spencer Boyd have a win, but SS Greenlight has a win now. The value of this diecast, and I never see this thing show up on eBay. Never. I think the value on this fucker has gone up significantly. And now, the final diecast that's up here. It's another one of these, imagine that. Like I said, this entire box was just ones. But this one is definitely not on the list of ones that I'm holding on to sell in the future. This is the 2019 Brett Moffitt, who beat fucking Chandler Smith, who was driving the iBuyPower 46, which would have been a sick fucking diecast. But it's also Brett Moffitt driving one of the sickest paint schemes probably ever. This is the Midnight Moonshine fucking truck. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. That's amazing. Junior fucking Johnson. Midnight Moonshine with his fucking mugshot on the hood of the truck. I mean, that's sick. That's fucking sick. Now, Chandler Smith number 46 iBuyPower race win truck would have been pretty sick too. But this is still sick regardless. I mean, just look at this. Look at this. Back when the Truck Series was worth watching. And this one's even old enough for them to have the full card with Information Madion on the back. Moffitt opens playoffs with Bristol win. Yeah, and then the stupidest championship in Truck Series or NASCAR history even proceeded to transpire. Yep, pretty much. Anyway. That's gonna do it for this video. Hi, video's not over yet because I found the last cars. They were in this box, which has most of the cast of the Tails and Kenny show covering up everything. So that's why. That's why I could not geolocate these, because they were absolutely hidden to the fullest extent that they could be. Apparently, let's just open up this quick. Apparently I have a iPad mini. I didn't even know that. So that's interesting. That's an interesting discovery, to say the least. And what else do we have here? This is a sleeve for a car. Here's pillowcases that I've never used. And here's the rest of the diecast. Okay, let's put this shit down and look at the final cars. Okay. Derek Cope's number 10. This was a great car. It's missing its spoiler. That's not good. Uh-oh, there's the spoiler. Oh my, that doesn't look right. That's an issue. There. There. Good as new. Perfect, yes. So, this car exists, and it even has an openable hood. It's not a real window net though, sadly. You see, the thing is about this car is that this is another one of the biggest wasted opportunities in, like, NASCAR history. I swear, dude. Derek Cope could have been a really good driver, because he fucking won at Dover. He did not just win the Daytona 500, he won at Dover the same year. And the team was just so unreliable, it just DNF'd every single week. Every single week that it wasn't running top 10, it basically was a DNF. I haven't watched much of the 1990 season, so I can't say for sure if that's true, that they actually did that good every week, you know, to be, like, considered a top 10 team. But, you know how it be. You know how it be. You know how it be. So here's the Blaney car. This remains the only Ryan Blaney diecast that I own. Interestingly enough. I bought this. This was the first ever car that I bought, like, directly the moment that, like, he won. The first time I ever did that. The trunk does open, if barely. But yes, very cool indeed. Very cool indeed. Thankfully, I got rid of the box, so this car has absolutely no value. So I have no reason to sell it. Speaking of cars that have absolutely no value because I got rid of the box, hey, it's Truex's rookie season car for the Cup Series that he did 5 races in, and did not very much in any of them, in fact. Yeah, not much of anything, really. But yeah, this car would probably have a fair amount of value in it right about now if I hadn't thrown the fucking box away like a dumb bitch. Look at that, Nutter Butter. Nutter Butter on the side of this thing. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. But yeah, I've always liked this paint scheme. I like the color. I think it's cool. Next, we've got a classic. A classic, to say the least. It is the only Greg Biffle diecast that... no, never mind. I'm a stupid idiot. I have the color chrome Team Caliber one. Greg Biffle, Cheez-It. One of the best. This, like, not only is, like, one of the best sponsors of all time, but just look at this paint scheme. Like, this is top tier stuff, dude. It's a good looking car with a good looking sponsor. Even though their latest commercial with the fucking guy going down the fucking ski slope in his fucking Speedo is the stupidest shit that I've ever seen. Fucking awful commercial. But Cheez-Its remain top tier snacks. We are getting to the end of the line. Very shortly here. Ta-da! John Hunter Nemechek signed. Look at that signature, dude. Look at that little 8. That's adorable, dude. 2015, back when people liked John Hunter Nemechek. A very good-looking truck. One of his first ever sponsors, who I don't think is still with him. They had a Fire Alarm Services 4 truck. Maybe they'll have a Fire Alarm Services 20. That'd be interesting. Yeah. But yes, Fire Alarm Services. This truck would be worth a lot right now if I had the fucking box. All of the cars that I have that don't have boxes are worth a lot of money. Except for this one, maybe. Matt DiBenedetto's Cosmo Motors number 83. It's a good car. I've always liked this car. This dude came into prominence when he got one top 10. But, yeah, it was good. I liked DiBenedetto before then. I've liked DiBenedetto since 2015 officially. But actually, I liked him back when he drove for Gibbs with the Pizza Ranch car, which I don't think that exists as a diecast, but it should. That would be a sick diecast, specifically the DiBenedetto one. But yeah, I still can't pronounce his fucking name. All these years later, and I still can't pronounce his fucking name. Speaking of cars that would be worth a lot if I had the box, it's the Truex 78, the original, well, 2015, so not really that original. Yeah, 2015, better than 2014, that's for sure. But yeah, look at that, trunks opening and all that good shit. Yeah, this is a classic right here. This is straight up just amazing. The Genesis of Cole Perrin. I kind of wanted to get this one signed over the 78, the Coke 600 winning one over there. That's not a race win Coke 600, it's just the standard 2016 one, but, you know, I think that one had a bit more value to get signature. Plus, I don't have a box for either of them because I'm a dumb bitch. And here's another one that I forgot I even had. Don't you just love it when you forget you own stuff? Adam Petty. Missing a roof flap, sadly. Adam Petty, number 45. Yep, it's a Sprint prepaid phone card. Oh my goodness. 2000 was an interesting time, but yeah, he won an ASA race in this car, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. That about does it on that one. There's a lot of, well, maybe not so much weight. I thought there was a bit of weight to it, but not really, actually. And to end off this video, there's no better way that we could end off this video, especially considering that this is a sequel to the toy car video. There it is, man. The first diecast that I ever got, and it's a Hot Wheels diecast. You can just probably barely see that. It's a Hot Wheels Pfizer number 6 with the salute to the fans on the back, so you know it's a, this is actually a, that must make it a 2005 car if it's salute to the fans. So I've always said it's 2004, but that would make it 2005 if it's salute to the fans. No? Well, the fucking copyright, as we all know, copyright 2003. Yeah, as we all know, the copyrights on Hot Wheels cars really doesn't actually mean anything as far as their actual date of production is concerned. So that's how we're going to end this video off right here with the original OG diecast, my first ever fucking diecast. So like I said 2.5 hours ago at the start of this video, you should not watch this and get inspired to collect diecasts. In fact, collecting diecasts has set me down a path that I've been unable to recover from in any capacity, because even to this day, most of these cars I don't really want to get rid of. I don't really want to get rid of them, but I don't need any of them. None of them. My life would be fine if I had none of them. But here we are, still to this day, getting new cars. I'm still waiting on Eric Jones' win from 2022. I think I have another one I'm waiting on. I forgot what car that is, though. Yeah, so that's wonderful. Anyway, so the lesson of this video is do not collect diecasts. You have a family. You have people who love you. It's not worth it. Give it up. No more. Delete your eBay accounts. Do it. Do it for me. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!